services. And this is what the single spine sought to cure. It has widened, the differentials have widened. I just had one of my secretaries go to parliamentary services. When I saw the figures, I think Honorable will agree with me. I said, wow. He's even working less. Now he closes at 4:30. When he was here, he was looking at 7. And he's earning more. Why? Is this fair? No! So we have to look at differentials in the public service. We are not even looking at the private sector, in the services. You go to other services, the gaps are too big. Let's narrow them. That is what we sought to do with single spine. And I beg to differ. We shouldn't even call it single spine. We should don't have a single spine. Do you have a single spine? No! We don't have a single spine.
Multiple spines.
We have multiple spines. In the public service, multiple spines. Even the one that is supposed to do the watchman for single spine is not on the single spine. It's not on a single spine. So, I'll pause because we've had such a wonderful presentation from His Excellency. In fact, he is full of energy. Don't try to meet his energy. When he was coming in and I was going around, my friend, I followed his Excellency. I wasn't sure. We didn't only go. So on that note, I don't know if you respond or
yes. Let me just since you have made a few questions. Let me just touch on some of them because I think we can open this with a number of issues that you've raised. The issue that you've raised, first of all, has to do with the pensions and the SNIT and its restructure. The white paper on SNIT saying that we have to restructure SNIT, and then the governance structure. I think I could not disagree with you on this particular issue because the workers are the owners of the funds, and therefore it's very clear that they must have a say or even the decisive say on where I think we can definitely look at the governance structure. Again, I think there's no issue. The other major issue that you have raised is essentially the single spine, which is non-existent, or you talk about this apartheid system and the multiple spines. I think that really and this is not the first time I've heard about this issue recently. Even today, this morning, I heard about it. So it calls for a serious review of what we have right now. It's clear that what was supposed to be the solution to a problem has not worked out. So I think we all need to sit around the table again and see how best forward to look at these multiple spines and have a system that everybody will see that the differentials are not that big in the system. So I'm open for that discussion for us to take place and re-examine the whole single spine policy. Yeah, character reference is also very, very important. And I think that one of the good things we have in this area is the Ghana card, so that everybody is identified individually. And in fact, I've been talking with the IGP, the fact that we need to link, and this is what we are going to do, the Ghana card database with the criminal database. Sometimes today, we recruit people, we hire people to work in our homes, and we have no idea who they are. That some of them have been in prison, some of them have stolen, and you don't have any idea. They bring them into your house, and they could end up killing you. And so you should be able to do background checks. This is what I was telling the IGP, and this is what we're going to do you should be able to do background checks on individuals before you recruit them, so that you get, with their permission, their Ghana card ID and put it in the police database on your mobile phone, and the information should come up whether this person has been convicted or whatever, has been fined or whatever. That background check we should be able to. So I think that the character reference, for example, if you do a credit reference check on somebody, if they have failed to repay a loan, it will appear. Even failed to repay electricity bill, it will appear in the character, in the reference thing, because your payments, your car repayments and so on will all be part of the system. So I think the heart is to individually identify anybody and be able to report things that have been done. If someone has stolen from workplace, that report is an adverse report. It should be going there so that we can find out about people. So that Ghana card is a very good instrument for the character reference.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. One of the mics. I think we took about 2 or 3 questions, but before that, this is a suggestion. We talked about solar. But one key thing about solar is that we need to build capacity at our institutions. That's where we should start. It's interesting to know people have gotten to solar. There are no technicians to even service their solar systems. So we should start from there. Let's educate our people. Let's build capacity. It's very brilliant. Congratulations.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Yeah, questions? Eddie?
Eddie.
Yeah. So we mentioned your name. And then.
My name is Abdullah Yap, General Secretary of the Judicial Services Staff Association of Ghana, USAC. Your Excellency, the judiciary is an independent arm of government, just as Parliament and the executive. The judicial service is not too different from the parliamentary service because we both provide support service to the arms of government. For the past 10 years, we have had to either threaten or declare strike every 2 years when our salaries are about to be reviewed. And for the past 32 years, after the coming into being of the 1992 Constitution, a very serious provision, Article 1582, which is supposed to address our condition of service, has not been implemented for 32 years. And it says that the Judicial Council, in consultation with the Public Service Commission, should come up with a constitutional instrument that will define our condition of service. And they must do so with the prior approval of the President. And that is where our heartbeat comes. Because once we have approval of the President, we all know where the challenges usually comes. Honorable Oseche Mesopozo is aware in 1995 they had CI 11 for the parliamentary service. In 2019, they've had CI 118 for them to enhance their condition of service. And for 32 years, we haven't had this. I'm glad the Judicial Council has made significant progress, but we are afraid that the process may be challenging when it gets to the approval of the presidency. And we are also comforted that we have a vice president who is very instrumental in the affairs of this government. So we want to make a passionate appeal to you, Your Excellency, that when it gets to the approval of the president, you will gladly intervene so that we don't have difficulty. We want to see the judicial service regulation being passed into law even before the election period commences, and not when you have become president, inshallah. That is one key issue we have.
Last one, please.
For the sake of time, we've mentioned about the constitutional reforms. It's very obvious that when the judiciary is mentioned, people try to read certain meanings and question the independence of the judiciary, which has been granted both judicial.
You have 30 seconds.
When there is a chance for us to review our constitution, we will pray that you look at clauses in the constitution that.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Of the judiciary. Thank you.
Before, to add to what he has said, They say, in the same public services, some people are being paid pensions that they are not contributing. And in 1972, all the research was done, and it was realized that this cartel thing we cannot pay since 1972. Now we see a situation where cartel has come back with better enhanced allowances. Allowances have now been consolidated into pensions. And these are going to be paid for the consolidated fund that they have not even contributed to. And we have contributed, and then our pensions are not being even paid. States, we have so much pension arrears. We are paying you, we are contributing to our pension, and it's not being paid. Some people are not contributing to their pension, and immediately it is paid. This is the apartheid system of salary acquisition in the public services. It must stop. It's just scaling. It must stop. And talk about past credit. There are so much past credit. The law said transfer past credits to the public sector schemes or the schemes. We have not seen the day of light. SNIT is still holding it. It's also giving us ridiculous rates for our money that we are holding. Last question. Then we will take everything.
I'm Kiali Audu, President, Coalition for St. Teachers Ghana. We are from Ghana Education Service. We are great teacher unions. The NAT president is here. NAGRAT couldn't make it though, but they are aware everything that is going on. Mr. President, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Education is the heartbeat of every economy. And the only way a nation can prosper in the future and rub shoulders with those in the West that Your Excellency, you even want us to become better than, is to look at our education and look at it critically. One of the greatest challenges in Ghana's education has to do with the lower level education. Currently, there is a lot of intervention going on in lower level education, but it's sparingly. The new JHS blocks that are building, country-wise, if you account, it's not even up to 10.